What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It is the middle of winter. It is ice cold here in Johannesburg, Pretoria and South Africa, and man, I have been hacking away at this thing and we've made so much progress. Stay with us. So in this episode, I put back the front wishbones, put the rear axle back on, the new discs in. Basically, this car needs to go for paint, and yeah, so there's a whole bunch that I've been busy with, including getting rid of the last little bits of metal, took out the windows. So I've been so busy with that, I haven't been able to record much. There'll be snippets here and there, so I'll do like a montage and talk. And but yeah, man, this is where we are at the moment. Alright, so the axle and the front wishbones have come back from the fabricators. They've been reinforced. Let's check it out. So what came with the kit was these plates, these bushes that got welded in here. You just saw me put those in. And then these plates been welded in the bottom, and then obviously both sides. So that side and this side. And then on the top side, it's this bracket, that whole mounting, and then there's this corner piece that's been welded on here. Obviously what this is going to do is it's going to assist with this kind of deflection as well as that kind of deflection under high loads scenarios. So this was developed in the UK by these guys. Yeah, we're going to put it to the test. The front wishbones have this plate now welded to it. So this is obviously to stop any sort of deflection, or it assists with non-bending when you're rubbing up against other cars and bumping and whatever. It's not planned for that kind of racing, but it's good to know that these are reinforced anyway, especially since this car is going to be doing endurance racing. So instead of just having this folded piece, you now have this fabricated piece on the bottom. Alright, so we're going to go over this, how to basically get a stud out, and this goes for bolts as well. These studs are put in with red Loctite, with the locking compound. This is a bearing locking compound, so it's really strong. The idea with that is that they never come out. So in this case we have to replace the discs. We have brand new discs, so I have to take these studs out. This hub, it has brand new discs and bearings, and these will then go into the new one. So once I've taken it out, then I'll clean it up obviously on the wire wheel to get all the old stuff on and then reinstall. So what I found is if you try use this Allen key fitting in there, you often strip the Allen key because it's so tight with the Loctite. So this is what I do. Wheel nut. Right, so far. You can use two of these, but I don't have two of these, so I'm going to use this second one. I'm not going to use the tapered side because I don't want to risk damaging the taper. So I use the rear. And then effectively what you do is you lock the two nuts together. It's very important that these are locked and they don't both turn on the thread, otherwise they will damage the thread. So it requires a bit of force, and then you loosen the inside nut. You can see they're both turning there, so then you don't allow that to happen, so it requires just a bit more force. There we go. There it's out. So now you have to break these two, which is going to be difficult because you made it so tight. So I often put it on a bench. There we go. Bob's your uncle. And here you can use the Allen key, because you don't want it super locked in there. The locking compound will do its job. Now we put a bit of anti-seize on. For this I'm using Renault. I've had this, I can't even remember, got it 2003, 2002, almost 20 years. So always first install the wheel nuts with your hand, because if you just put them in the impact wrench and send it, you might cross thread it, which happens a lot. There we go, ready for the wheels.
Next it was time to remove the windows. For this I got the professional Z. After that was done, I needed to move on to the mechanicals on the engine and the gearbox. The owner got some amazing motor oil, so I continued to just get it in there. But first, I had to drain the existing engine oil. After draining the oil, I had to use the strength of 1,000 Smurfs to get this oil filter off. From there I removed the gearbox oil, cleaned the plug, replaced it, replaced the oil off camera, removed the front sway bar, and set about taking the rest of the small brackets and weight out of the car.
So I took the windows out, the window mechanicals. This is what we saved there. And then just a whole bunch of other crap that's gone out. It's now Friday, Saturday, the car is getting collected. The wheels are on, and you can see I am busy here, man. I removed the sound dampening material there. Still have a little bit to do there. So here you can see where I've ground off little studs, little bits of metal. You can see here, there's lots of little bits that have been taken out. So I'm just finishing up all of this. There's a whole bunch of bits that I've hacked out that's just completely unnecessary. So there's so much that's happened, and I'm super excited for this car because it's going for paint tomorrow. Effectively what they're going to do is they're going to paint the boot lid, the bonnet, the bumpers, and get it all one color on the outside, and then paint the inside, obviously for corrosion protection and everything. But we've come a long way. I've also changed the engine oil, the gearbox oil, bled the brakes completely. It's all new brake fluid with Motul race brake fluid. It's been a long road. So effectively from here the car will be picked up and taken off to paint.